Hi, everyone, and thank you for joining me today. My name is Gruenbaum, and I'm a co-founder and the CEO of Tipranks. About a decade ago, we set out to bridge the gap between retail investors and institutional investors by providing the same level of information that was once available only behind corporate walls. Our service became very popular, with many millions of users visiting it every day to make data-driven decisions. And today we're seeing something very exciting. We're seeing how AI is accelerating the process that we started many years ago. So for decades, institutional investors had access to information that retail investors could only dream of. So this included access to large groups of research analysts providing in-depth research. It includes access to many engineers that can build complex algorithms and strategies that can clearly give you an advantage. And it includes access to exclusive data sets that are not available to retail investors. If you were a retail investor, you were generally left with a lot of public information, the kind of information that you will find on your default app, and a lot of experts on social media that will tell you what to buy and what to sell. But AI is now changing everything, and it allows the average Joe to generate the same level of research that was once accessible for institutional investors only. You can create your own analysis research. You can actually create many different forms of analysis research depending on your preferences. You can also, if you're a tech savvy, you can create your own quantitative strategies and act as if you are a CEO of your own quantitative hedge fund and probably get to similar results. So imagine that you're an investor, an average person sitting at home, connecting to many different data points, connecting to your social media to learn your personality and your wealth needs, connecting to corporate filings that an average person can't even read, and connecting to data platforms such as Tipranks to get some more edge. Unfortunately, it is still not that simple for the average person to get all this data. And we believe that in the very near future, we will see a lot of these content platforms and premium platforms become AI compliant and allow investors to connect their AI apps to their platforms in order to, as a new subscription delivery method, and to simplify the way that you can interact with all your different subscriptions. So if you're an institutional investor, you're probably going to get a lot of research from the Morgan Stanleys of the world, the Bank of Americas of the world, and most of the people here won't even bother reading it. But what you can do now is you can generate, using Tipranks, your own personalized analyst research with all the data that is, or most of the data that is available for the institutional investors. And you can do it with a single click of a button. You can ask the system to generate a more conservative research, a long research, a comprehensive research, or a short research. That is all up to you. Let me show you two more examples that we're doing at Tipranks to simplify the life of the average Joe. So if you don't feel like reading all this information, a 40-page PDF, you can simply go to Tipranks, which will aggregate all the available information around the web from the big financial websites, from social media, from corporate filings, and summarize it into three short points of why. Give me the reasons that I should invest in a company, but also give me the reasons that I shouldn't. So suddenly we took this 40-page PDF that an analyst needs to sit on for a month, and we summarized it to 6 different points that really make your life easier. Now, I imagine that most of the people in this room never had the pleasure of actually reading a full company's earnings report. But those who did know that there are about 20 pages that are called risk factors. And that is basically where the company management discloses everything that really scares them, from regulation issues to currency issues to tech challenges. And there's no real way to actually read it and get insights from it. But today, with Insight, with Tipranks and the usage of AI, you can basically summarize all these reports and get a simple visual explaining what is really the risk behind every public company. Even though companies like Tipranks are moving fast, let's not kid ourselves. There is still a big gap between what institutional investors are getting and what retail investors are getting. Institutional investors have more access. They have corporate access to start with. They can pick up the phone and call the CFO of a company to get information. But they also have access to more data. And we're not just talking about any data, we're talking about alternative data. It's the kind of data that really makes the market biased. Some examples would be advanced weather forecasting or satellite images to identify in real-time supply chain issues and make investment decisions before that information reaches the news. It can be credit card transactions, anonymized transactions, where a hedge fund can basically understand what a company will report in terms of earnings because they already know how many iPhones were sold or how many subscriptions did Netflix have. And it can be app usage insights. And many of us probably use it for our own work, but we can basically, the institutional investors probably knows before Netflix reports earning how many people installed the Netflix app or the Amazon app or any other online company. And again, while companies like Tipranks are moving fast, there is still this gap, and companies like Tipranks are working very hard in identifying, exploring, extracting, and generating all these unique data sets so we can continue to level the playing field. We believe that because now there is no need in any engineering degree to use data, we will see more and more unique data companies, and we will start hearing less the term software as a service and start hearing more about the term data as a service. To summarize, the future of AI investing isn't just about matching to what institutionals have. It's about doing things differently. It's about doing things in a more personalized and adaptive way. And we believe that it would no longer be a question of who has the most engineers or the best analysts, but simply about who can ask the best questions. Thank you.